I hope we're all on the same page. Are there any questions in the chat box, MC?
No, there aren't any questions, but I think it would be important to note that in the case of previous experiences, remember did indicate that some boys say she will not work for a company with women as top officials, like CEOs, because apparently women cannot lead.
And you can see how that can negatively affect any working environment, because you're losing out on people who could potentially benefit the company itself and society at large just because of these stereotypes. So thank you for pointing that specific statistic out. I'd like to hear again from Ms. Chinga if you can relate to any of these things personally or in the work you've done with men and women. Do you see these numbers showing up directly? Is this an exaggeration, or are we on the right track with these numbers and these
No,
percentages?
sadly, it's actually not an exaggeration. And before I talk about other examples, there's a comment in the chat box that this young lady, when she started doing sciences at A level, a male teacher approached her parents and said that she shouldn't continue because girls tend to struggle with sciences. So we see those biases in terms of, and it can actually affect somebody's psychological well-being. They may end up thinking, no, I shouldn't continue doing sciences because I am a girl. And the reason is I am a girl. So I think we have seen that. So in terms of the numbers, you can see it's scary. And also just to add that women have experienced, in Zimbabwe, we actually don't have clear statistics around women who have been killed by males for various reasons. Yes, we have males being killed, especially for infidelity, but for women, it's all sorts. You'll be shocked that is for ritual reasons. It's also because of suspicions of abuse. It's for any number of reasons that somebody tried to rape her and they failed, or they continued and they want to hide evidence. So we have a huge number of women being killed. I think from 2021, we have an excess of 500 women who have been killed in just what we call intimate partner violence. And sometimes it's assaults that get out of hand. At other times, it's intentional killing of women. And it affects all classes of women, the working class, the women in the rural area, the woman working or staying in the mines, in the farms. So that's the dire situation that we have for women, and it's not only Zimbabwe; it's actually even global.
Yes, that's so true. Just to speak to even when you were speaking about how women are dying at the hands of intimate partner violence, there is the statistic right here. I'm hoping you can see my mouse on the screen there. That shows you that more than 5 women or girls are killed every hour by someone in their own family. And that is a very scary idea, that the people that are supposed to be closest to you can actually end up being perpetrators that do harm against you in some way and even take your life. So that is something that we need to look into. And that is why these conversations are extremely important, because we want to see these numbers go down completely to zero. We don't want to have to look at such high percentages for violence against anyone in general. So this is important to look into. Thank you so much, Ms. Chinga. So let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. Unless there are any questions in the chat box or comments at this time. Are there?
Sure. I think we can continue.
Okay, thank you so
maybe
much.
before you do, Rua, just to add that sadly or concerning, there is a research body called ZimFact. What they do is just subject whatever comes out in our media to whether it's a fact or it's not. So they published a study in 2023 which established that most young women find being beaten by their spouses acceptable.
Wow, that is very scary. That is very scary. And that touches on a topic we will be visiting in the slide later, internalized misogyny, and we will get to that and we'll unpack that and what it means and how it shows up in society. So thank you for bringing that up. It is very important to address that.